CSGO Pro Tricks video that we all enjoy, and we're already on the train looking at cello's POV. He gets inside T main and Yell boosts him here. So he gets to this edge position that I myself have never seen before. It's for sure an uncommon off angle. And if we look at the same position from another angle, then we can see that cello is just casually floating in the air. Super general. Next up, a tip from Nuke and wearing Xerado's POV. Situation is pretty bad here, bomb is dropped onto ramp, all the enemies are there, plus they just keep throwing smokes, so Xerado can't really push through them yet. But since he has a nade, he has a lineup that could work exactly in this weird situation. Get to this corner and aim in the middle of bottom 1 and D. Don't move your crosshair, but move into the next corner, then just move throw. Nade flies to the ramp and he even gets a frag out from this impossible situation. This is where all those useless details could pay off, and that's why you should be subscribed to the channel. Actually, there's one more reason. With this video I will be giving away Gut Knife Ultraviolet. Just make sure you're subscribed to both of my YouTube channels.
I will check it.
And comment your trade link under the video. In about 48 hours I will randomly pick one winner and trade away the skin. Easy as that. Alright train, and we're in the B bomb site here with Nexa. Probably one of my favorite ideas of this video, and I'm not sure why. In the middle of the round he smokes lower, leaves it for teammate to check, and takes this extra sneaky position to hold upper. You need to crouch and get close to this wooden thingy. This is all you really need to do to achieve the angle. In my opinion, just genius stuff. I haven't seen it before. And even without model skins, you will be very hard to spot from this angle. Make sure to try it out with a silenced weapon, let someone guard lower for you, and you won't regret it. We continue with Train and Mastermind Fallen with a cool T-side smoke for Ivy. Corner position, he aims at the bottom mid of those windows, and left click throws his smoke. Firstly, it ruins CT side molotovs if they decide to throw an early one, and secondly, it sort of gives you a one-way if you climb on the trash bins there. Also, you can double peek, so one guy is on the ground in front of the smoke and the other one on the top of the boxes. It just gives you plenty of opportunities which may surprise your opponent. They will feel your Ivy presence, but with this smoke down, it's not that easy for them to get the entry on you. Feel free to try it out yourself. Mirage, it's very hard to show anything really game-breaking on this map, especially for me. This map is so done surprising me, and I believe following smoke lineup is not a surprise to some of you. But it's an alternative B window smoke that for sure lands inside the window, and it does it way faster than the most common one. Position yourself on the line, aim at this corner like shown, and if it's the right time, then jump throw. Smoke will bounce a couple of times and land nicely inside the window. Lineup is fairly simple as well. Here you can see the comparison with the most common window smoke. It's surely quicker, and for the enemy side it's not that easy to see it coming. But after all, it's your own choice which one you will use, since both smoke lineups do the required work. The nuke and another interesting idea from Xerado. It's an afterplant scenario, he's in the squeaky, and while moving left and right plus jumping at the same time, he's making sure that no one comes main, but also since he's jumping he can see the garage area. That's commonly used to have a sneaky angle for main, and that's where they may want to be when they are looking for exit frags. As you can see, when you're just strafing here without jumping, you can only see main, but when you add jumping, you can spot a much longer distance. So another nice little detail that may come very handy in your future games. Next up, Vertigo. I know you love this map. Right from the T-spawn, taco here with a cool smoke to support your A bomb site game plan. Position yourself in the very corner here, aim inside this small sky space rectangle, and jump throw. Smoke does a fancy big air jump and lands to this back ramp area to block off all the CTs who may push this place. They can easily still push behind that smoke though, so watch out. All in all, great and easy smoke lineup that you should know, even if Vertigo is not your favorite map to play. It will become a very useful piece in your future A bomb site rushes. First time on overpass so far for this video, and NIP against Astralis. Forrest and Lekro build an amazing CT 2-man tower at Heaven to see inside the connector. Lekro's job is to firstly nade connector door and then climb to the other side of the fence, and not on it, but just next to it. Patrick jumps on top of him, and that's the trick done. Because of that nade, door is opened and Forrest can see pretty deep inside the connector. These will have no chance to see him first, even if they crouch there. So if someone holds monster and short for you, it's kinda safe way to try to get an entry into the round. Why not, guys? Why not? Alright, train once again, and who else than Nexa? He rotates from B to A, and in connector he has a nice idea to flash out from the left side of connector. I'm not sure if this was a lineup, it kinda looked like it, but for a real lineup it seems a bit weak. Maybe he just improvised, it would make more sense, because there are way better opportunities out there. As you can see, when you throw your flash that high in the air, yes, it doesn't make any bouncing sound, but it barely blinds enemies. So rather let it make one sound cue and possibly blind them for a second or two, then without sound and no real vision loss. Here's my interpretation for a better lineup. Just feel it and throw it as low as possible. Left click throw. It will make one bounce, but if they are not robots, they won't be able to turn, and if they are close to the bomb site, it will blind them hard. I hope it helps. Next up, does 2 and not too rare Molotov from aleksib's demo. It's just very needed for your retakes, and you can throw it with multiple lineups. Here's how aleksib does that. Corner position, aims in the middle of the shadow, and jump throw. In 128 tick server, it gets the annoying bomb site corner and it spreads to pretty much half of the site. So it made you enemy's life harder to find the proper afterplant position. As I told you before, there are alternatives for this one, some of them already out on my channel as well. It doesn't matter where do you learn them from, but make sure you know one, as it will make your B retakes so much easier. Overpass, and here you see Team Big building a pretty casual 2-man tower behind this wall. But I want to talk about that. As you can see, they don't hug the wall, they stay further back, and it gives you a bit different result. When you're up close, you may have a better view, but enemies can see you better as well, and you are very prone to flashes. Back here, tinier angle, but it's also harder to see and hit you, plus deep flashes will do nothing for you. So again, read the situations, see what enemy likes to do, and keep in mind that your positioning matters. Dust 2 and Carrigan with aggro CT side smoke to push long. Make sure you have similar running angle, and he aims bottom right part of the garage door. I believe it's not a very certain lineup. With a running jump throw, it will more or less still do the work. No early aggression at long this time, but if there would have been some action, this smoke could have helped Carrigan to get some cover and cause some chaos. Later into the same round, Carrigan throws 2 lined up flashes to retake B, and it definitely helped Mouse in this situation. NATO wouldn't been able to get down from window if aleksib wouldn't be full blind, but at the end it's Carrigan's aim that wins the round for Mouse. Very important scenes over here, and of course nades were part of it. Super general. NIP against EG on nuke, and NIP will be setting up their A execute. Twist ducks down on the right side of this line, aims like shown, and if it's the right time, left click throws the smoke. It may seem strange at first, but smoke lands very close to the upper wall, so it actually works for a upper area above hut. Ethan, who is exactly in this spot, loses all of his vision, but see that his legs will be visible all times. So if he would think he's sneaky and stays in the smoke, then NIP is one step ahead, as CTs can't really hide there. They also molly the fallback route, so it's pretty much guaranteed that enemies need to jump down, or they will be a very easy meat to eat. A wonderful idea by Twist. Alright, Inferno and Furia against Force. We are looking at Art's POV. At one point of the round, he gets to this deep B-side corner, crouches, and lines himself up with the left window line and antenna. Then stands up. If you left click throw your smoke now, it will give you a great one-way smoke. If enemies leave their execute to the very end of the round, they need to cross your smoke, but you will have a huge advantage in this situation. Art manages to get 2 important kills with his MP9 here. Vinny and Art both played it from kinda the same angle because they trusted the smoke. I went to an offline server to try it out myself. Very easy to make it work. I got it with my first try, although I wasn't even sure about the lineup back then. So easy yet effective smoke to know as a B-bomb site defender. I know you don't really see the trick count, but in my list it's already idea number 15. Overpass, and I would title this move by Cherry, "This is why we love CS." But before we will understand the round number 5, we need to go back to round 4. Their enemy Jaime is very aware that they may do the 4-man tower close to T-spawn, so he waits for it in heaven. And he was completely right, as he got the easy entry and lots of info. Next round, Cherry just wants to passively play with him, and he knows a cool smoke lineup for that. Get stuck behind this wooden thingy, aim at the bottom white circle on the TV tower, and left click throw. Smoke will fly kinda outside of the player zone, but it may confuse and ruin some vision for the CT heaven guys who wait for this 4-man tower. It really doesn't seem like a one-way, just a smoke to shuffle cards a bit, but the fact that Jerry knows this type of lineup is insane. Make sure to send some love towards him. And although it should have been a distraction, this smoke didn't distract Sanji at all to throw a real LeBron nade to connector. Or should